Yo, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody's midweek going? We're here for some midweek hangings. And usually, what I mean by that is we're just hanging out and also talking about what's been going on for the week. Figure Wednesdays is a good day to do that because Thursdays is usually when like whatever new movies are dropping. Like tomorrow is going to be Bring Her Back. I'm going to be catching that around like 6:45 or so, and that's the new horror movie from the people who did. Talk to Me. They originally started as YouTubers, became directors, did Talk to Me, which is a low budget horror film, and now they're getting a slightly bigger budget. So we'll see what their next one is. I've been hearing good things. So I figure Wednesdays is a good way to kind of, in a way, wrap up the week without it being a new week. You know, it's a I don't know. We'll see how these keep going. But so far they've been doing pretty well. So thank you all for showing up. The people who are here early. Let me go ahead and give some shout outs here. We got Cinevere's Fish. What's going on, party people? Cat in the house. Yes, he is the catfish, literally. We got Rafa Balde. Hey, what's going on, Rafa Balde? Glad to see you, man. I know I've already said what's up to a bunch of people in the chat, but now that it's live, I'm going to go ahead and shout you guys out again. Got Sin. What's up, guys? Sin actually made a comment, I believe, a little further down, talking about how YouTube, where was it? Yeah, just realized this morning that YouTube unsubbed me from your channel. Yes, if you are unsubbed, please resubscribe. I mean, if you want to, of course, but that does happen for some reason. I don't know. Real just randomly get like there's even what to like really big channels. I mean, like I'll just realize I'm like, why haven't I seen their video for a minute? And I'm like, oh shit, it unsubscribed me. What the hell's going on? And, you know, my first thought is always like, oh, these people quit. They're not doing anything anymore. They're just busy. No, it's YouTube's fault usually. Like most of the time, it's YouTube's fault. So we also got Joseph Lanham. Hey, what's going on, Joseph? Rockefeller Plaza 2. He's coming in from his second account. Yeah, if you're subscribed to Rockefeller Plaza, he also has his gaming channel, which is Rockefeller Plaza 2, where he does like his or I think he does Bonfire and Coffee on his main one, or it's vice versa. He'll mention it here in just a minute when I bring him on. Let's see here. Like I said, we got Bootzilla giving hail to all the people that were in the chat beforehand. Let's see here. Didn't know YouTube did stuff like that. Weird. Yes. YouTube kind of acts up. It does a bunch of all sorts of weird shit. That's why sometimes maybe you just stop seeing certain people for a minute, and you're like, you go to check their channel, and it's like, wait, I've been subscribed to you for like 2 years. Why did it just remove me now? It does weird stuff like that all the time. It's really annoying. But yeah, so keep an eye out for that, especially if there's people that you really like to support and follow, like yours truly here, and somebody I'm about to bring on, which let's see here. I believe it's oh my god. What's up, Rockefeller? How you doing, man?
What's going on, brother?
That was a good song to get you boosted, right? And like get you. It's a pretty funny little song too. Like he's actually talking about Star Wars and stuff like that. But yes.
Yeah. So I love the anime intro. I seen Sin was like badass intro music. I don't see any Berserk on there. You know, I'm not into anime, and if we do talk anime, it's,
well, so what I did when I cut that trailer up or whatever, just to add it to the music, like I just hit like popular anime 4K. No, it was like a popular anime in 4K, and like the first like 10 videos, I just took clips out of each one, and because it has the best quality, and I was just like, okay. And then I just, oddly enough, the way that I lined it up, and because I only wanted to use like 5 to 10 seconds of each one, give or take, you know, I'd like, it just kind of worked, and like there was music beats and stuff that just lined up properly, and I was like, okay, this is oddly working out just fine. And whatever order I picked it just kind of, it all flowed together. I didn't have to really like do too much craziness to it to make it clips longer or shorter. It just all like worked. I was like,
so
okay,
we need a new one with some Berserk 97 in it, and don't forget to add Dragon Ball. Didn't Dragon Ball win? Was it Hero? My Hero? It was Dragon Ball, right?
There's a
Dragon Ball.
there's a Dragon Ball clip in there. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
There's
because we played that thing on DA stream the other night, and Dragon Ball was the king of it. I was like, yeah, Dragon Ball's got to win because I think it was like the last two were My Hero Academia and Dragon Ball. I was like, I've heard of My Hero Academia, but nah, everybody knows fucking Dragon Ball. Yeah, so we gotta throw that in there and give me some Berserk 97. Like, Griffith, maybe taking care of Casca in the background or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've watched some of Berserk like back in the day especially when I was first trying to get into anime. It's like, I mean, this was a good 15, 20 years ago, give or take. But it was just like it wasn't as accessible as I have access to it now. Like I know a pretty good site that I can watch all the anime on, so I'm gonna have to start watching that one because it looks. I mean, I've only heard nothing but good stuff on it.
When Griffith and Guts actually meet for the first time, they do like a little duel, and he kind of like stands there and he waits for Guts to push, and he parries the shit out of him. If you can get like the eye of him standing there and Guts going, and then they're fucking pushing each other, that'd be a cool little thing right before they engage, stop it, you know what I mean? Because
yeah, I mean, if I do a new intro, like I'm gonna have to create new music because as much as I know there's a lot of like free use music out there. I mean, if I can just do it myself with because I have Udio or whatever. If you guys don't know what Udio is, it's an AI music maker kind of thing, but you can customize the hell out of it. Like there's a lot of prompts and stuff like when you get pretty decent at it. So it's like I've shown it to a few friends, and every time they like people that I would consider better musicians than myself, and they're like, dude, every time I make a track it sucks. And it's like, how did you get yours to sound so good? And I'm like, well, I learned how to like do all the prompts and like switch it up and like how to make it like structured or whatever. So there's a little bit of a learning curve to it, but it is still pretty easy. It's convenient.
And besides the intro, when you're talking about unsubscribe, you got to be careful, man. Me being a gamer, I know at the end of the videos, some people have like the clips for their next video or something. If you hit something accidentally, you'll subscribe to people you don't want to subscribe to, and you'll unsubscribe on accident because it's got the touch things at the end of the videos. It might be videos. You got to be careful.
I've been looking into making those because or something like that. It's towards like the end of your videos, and it just like has like it's kind of like an outro thing that you put onto everything. But it usually, if you do it right, it'll showcase more of your own stuff. But if YouTube does it, YouTube will do it automatically for other people's stuff, and it's like
what are we talking about right now? Harry Potter, Lilo and Stitch. You could add your Lilo and Stitch review, tag it to this thing. Somebody want to come back and watch later. When it was finished, the Lilo and Stitch thing would be there. So go here to watch my here to watch my Lilo and Stitch video. Go here to watch.
Yeah, and I knew to make little videos like that and just tag them on. It's all just like once you have the initial clip, then it's all just switching them in and out or whatever. So it just takes a second to get it all set up. But with that being said, we do have a few topics to talk about this week.
Let's go, bro.
Like The Last of Us 2 fails. It
fails.
What a concept. You kill off one of your main characters. Look at that. Like
one of the best games ever. Best games ever, bro.
Not me. How do I go back?
Best games ever, bro. Best games. You gotta tap on my face. A little square in my face will make me big. Want me to do it?
Yeah.
Like this. Boom.
There we go. Oh, yeah. On the bottom.
Boom. Yeah.
There we go. Last of Us Part 2.
Ellen Page.
He loves this game. I mean, so he's somebody that I went ahead and watched the whole season with, and we just watched the finale for season 2, which was a slog. Like that shit was boring as fuck. I would say because I've never played the second game. I mean, I know clips and stuff from it because it's how much of a talking point it was for so long, and all the crap Naughty Dog was doing to YouTubers. Like, so I was hearing about it, and I've never really played the game. Yeah, we're still hearing about it now because obviously it's back in the news cycle because the second season is out. And the second season was hot garbage. Like it was really fucking bad. But Rockefeller, what do you got to say about the second season? Because I know I didn't like pretty much any of it, but I think you liked a couple more parts than I did. So
I went on Uncle T's pregame the other night. Shout out to our boy Uncle T, and we were talking about this. He has an episode called "The Last of Us Sucks," and we came to the conclusion, even if you played the games or not, the first season is like art. It's cinematography. There's creativity to it. There's fucking good music in place. If you watch the first season, you can get behind it and be like, wow, they did some things wrong. They did some good things right. And I want more of this, but like better. And when it came to season 2, we were expecting the first episode wasn't really bad. Remember we were watching that, like the zombies came in, they were going over, and I was like, "This is cool," and it was building up to
like
the
even
Joel
though
part.
it
Something
was
cool about that
changed,
too.
like it was changed though, like from the game apparently. But I was like, oh, cool, I'm down with this. There's like they're finally showing more zombies because that was one of my complaints about the first season. Like there wasn't enough of them, and then in this season there was like the first episode they just like overran
Overwhelming,
everything. Yeah,
way
it
too
was
many.
like.
Where they
Okay,
come from?
okay, you guys overcompensated, but
And then the
but
second
then
season,
yeah,
episode, we went into having more Tommy and the community, and me and you were kind of on board with it. You know, it wasn't too much deviated, and they did the bigot sandwich. You know, and so I was like, okay, they're doing shot for shot, and they did, you know, like you damn dick, and you know, hey motherfucker, and they hit it. I'm like, okay, this isn't too bad. She looks weird, you know, we can make fun of her, you know, but when I don't really know. I need to think
when
when
the
it
obvious
deviated.
thing
What
happens
episode
with
did it deviate? What
literally
episode?
episode 2, when they kill Joel, when they do the scene that everybody was expecting and everybody
Instead of
was
hitting
like,
them, they
okay,
stab them. Yeah, and in
yeah,
that part,
they kill him, and then it just literally dove off a cliff after that. It was just like,
the
and
dialogue in the
the
game, the
dialogue is so
dialogue is
bad.
so compressed. It's these 30-second, maybe 60-second max of intense, great performances. I think that's when we noticed it. When it comes to when Abby, there's going to be spoilers ahead for the season. Abby does something to Joel in the second episode. It's normally in the game. I think it's
And
2
this was
minutes. It's
like a
like
good 5 weeks ago. People
boom,
already
boom,
know.
boom, boom. It's
People
got like
already
some good
know
like
what's up.
music, and it's like building up, boom, 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 boom. There's like the music wasn't even like that good in it, and the damn dialogue was drawn out forever. Remember how long we were sitting there like, what is going on? She's like talking to him the whole time for maybe 5 fucking minutes. She's sitting there talking to him, and it got to the point where I was just like, if this is gonna the delivering of the lines, like the intensity, the quickness of it, because if I'm ready to do something violent to somebody, I go sit here and hold on. You're gonna get a 20-minute speech, pal. You're gonna hear this. You hear me out.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
and video games have always been better at that than usually like even TV shows when it's like the villain goes ahead and explains his whole plan or something, you know, like we've all seen that plenty of times. It's like, yes, or like, yes, Mr. Bond, like you almost stopped me from exploding that base about 3 doors down, and like there's only about 35 seconds left, so you know, hopefully you don't escape, or you know, like they do some type of crazy speech where you're like, okay, we get it. Like obviously he's going to get out and go exactly do what you just said he was not supposed to stop or whatever. But with that being said, that there's a few new people in the chat. We got Emily Kruger. What's up, Emily? Hope you're doing well. She's on her way to 600. Go ahead, and if you haven't checked out Emily's channel, go check that out. She does like art stuff and like little 3-4 minute clips, stuff like that. It's pretty awesome. Good stuff. We got Sergeant Garatina. Evening, gentlemen. What's up, Sergeant? How are you doing?
Sergeant. Good morning. Good morning. Good evening.
Doing, yeah, I guess it'd be evening out there. You're East Coast. Got
Yeah,
Nestor
right.
Panios. What's up, Nestor? And yeah, that's everybody new. Let's see. Those Charlie Kirk memes of Bella are hilarious. Yeah, that's actually pretty damn funny.
I watched the Grizzlies thing, and he did a Grizzly. Mr. Grizzly does a like episode of like a recap, and the part with Bella, like when they're dancing, and he calls her the DIK word, and she goes in terms of looking, and he freeze frames. He goes, "This is not Photoshop, by the way. This is her actual face." We give Bella Ramsey a lot of shit because. You know why? It was like, oh, the internet's being harsh to Bella Ramsey because this is very intense acting. It's very good, high quality acting in the video game. It was supposed to be Ellen Page. If you remember Ellen Page from like Inception, Like how she, how
Well,
good she
yeah,
was.
Ellen Page was a good actress, and now apparently they might be trying to be an actor, but we have no idea how that's going to play out. I mean, have you seen photos of her or since she transitioned? She just looks
Well,
fucking miserable. There's
yeah.
not one happy photo of that person. It's crazy.
Well, now she goes by Elliot Page. You know what I mean? She's trying to transition, and she's always been short. So it's a very short person with shorter hair now, which whatever. But I'm just talking about the way that she at the time was an
Well,
actress. She was
the
a very intense
intensity.
actress, a good actress. She was, like if you watch Inception, but put a fucking bow and arrow in her hand and make her want to go kill fucking Maul instead of fucking letting fucking Leonardo DiCaprio do it. And or better yet, having Maul kill Leonardo DiCaprio in front of her and giving her some fucking story to where she needs to get revenge to kill Maul herself and get her fucking bow and arrow, motherfucker. That's what Ellie's supposed to be like. And Bella Ramsey,
Yeah.
like, that's the mark, It's
Well,
just so.
that's the thing though, that's why she's actually getting a lot of backlash, because a lot of acting has to do with facial expressions. You need to be able to have a reactive looking face, and when your face looks like a fucking potato, sorry, you're not going to be able to get this crazy range. You're just going to look bland. You're going to just look. Sorry, look, not everyone is born to have that kind of expressive face.
But you're an actor. You should be you should be looking in the mirror.
You
You should
should be
be
you
trying
should
to
be like
stretch
sitting
this
there like
muscle,
doing different faces, and she just looks blank
you
the whole
know.
time, even when she gets mad. Like that, her acting basically comes down to dropping the word fuck in between stuff. Like
Yeah.
that's her being angry. It's just like fuck. It's like, good job. I mean, there's plenty of like kids that do that in movies and TV shows, and they pull it off better than you do. So that just dropping curse words is not acting. It's just
She was ticked because again, she ticks two boxes. Apparently, she's on the spectrum. They made it sure to tell us that because there's one, and she's also in the community. There's two. You know what I
well,
mean?
that and
So
like finding random boxes full of dead hamsters everywhere. I mean, allegedly. I'm not saying that actually happened, but
if
that probably happened.
remember when we were watching Andor season 2, and he got the guy with the crazy, like he has white hair and he got a crazy like dimple in his chin right here, and he kept going. Mm-hmm. And I kept pointing out his fucking how he was like talking with his face. She could never do that. She could never do that. You know what I mean? So she was like somebody like
Yeah,
him. Like you couldn't tell if he was a bad guy, if he was a good guy, if he was in between. You couldn't gauge what this guy was doing because he was never just giving it away. He wasn't giving that poker face. You know what I mean?
But there's a like a great scene at the beginning of the newest Mission Impossible, Final Reckoning, where it's like a standoff between three characters, or is it, I believe actually no, it's like, is it? It's either three or four characters, and it's like Tom Cruise in the middle, and he's just going back and forth, and he's just giving these looks, and all the other actors are responding with looks, like with just their eyes and like a couple like subtle head nods, and you understand the whole conversation. Like, and it goes back and forth like it's like a joke, but at the same time, it works. It's one of the better scenes in the movie overall. It's just like, wow, you guys pulled that off.
So I'm sharing this because
Go, tell us what we're looking at here, Rock. What's going on?
this is a breakdown of the IMDb ratings from season 1 and season 2. So if anybody watched it's season 1, the gay episode with Frank and fucking Bill is episode 3. It goes from 9.1. The first episode, which I agree with. The first episode was fantastic. And then the second episode, Infected, 9.0, even better. Episode 3, I disagree with. That's a fucking 9.1, not an 8.1. The only reason it's an 8.1 is because gay episode. It's fantastic film.
When that episode
Show.
when that episode first dropped, it was really high up there, and even people who like, even when I saw it, I was like, whatever. I don't mind stuff like that. Whatever. If you're gonna do a gay episode, at least make it that kind of good. Like, it's still a good episode. So the 8.1 is probably kind of low. It's still well shot. It's still well done. I don't know if it really belongs in this season. Like, it's clearly thrown in there and like overdone for like kind of, let's just say, the wrong reasons. It's still a good episode. Maybe just for the wrong kind of show. We got the lovely Sherry. Hey, what's up, Sherry? How you doing today? Thank you for joining us.
What's up, Sherry? So one thing I want to point out about this is if you look at it, right? Look at this BS. The first thing you notice is everything in season 1 is high, is 9s, averaging 9, right? What's the only 9 average in season 2? What episode?
The episode where Joel dies.
Bull fucking shit. That's the one where she talks 5 fucking minutes, and we're like, God damn! That's when I told you I knew it was derailing. A 9.2, higher than the first fucking season fucking 1. Then part episode 2, season 1, where Tess fucking set it straight, make everything right, save who you can save. Bull fucking shit. IMDb has lost their fucking way. These motherfuckers.
Yeah, well, IMDb is like, I mean, it's going the same way as like Rotten Tomatoes, where like they're when stuff starts getting enough talk about it, like there is people who go in there and just like drop bad reviews out of bad faith and stuff. So I mean, it doesn't fully get bombed, but it does affect some of these scores. Like even that the 8.1 for episode 3, right? It's like once everybody was hearing about it, it's a gay episode. There's probably plenty of people who technically reviewed it or put a review out there and just gave it a 1 and just tanked it. So I do get where people get what's it called, like hate bombing it or whatever, but I don't think it's to the degree that a lot of people think it is. Like IMDb still isn't as bad as Rotten Tomatoes does get kind of nuked back and forth depending on like what Twitter's doing. That's kind of it.
I don't know if this is true. It might be episode 4, but if episode 3 is the episode we think it is, Conspiracy. Look, they gave it a 6.9 because of course they fucking did. If that's episode 3, it might be episode 4, but I think it's episode 3. Episode 3 might be where they're in the fucking tent, they're sleeping together, and she tells her she banged Jesse. Maybe it's episode 4 it happens, which is a 6.2, day 1 when they're in Seattle. But I think it's at.
Yeah, I would say that season 2's ratings are 6.9, oddly kind of higher than I would actually assume. Even I thought they would actually be lower because not only did the viewership start falling off, but the quality of the show even fell off because the first couple episodes, even with like the obvious thing that happens to Joel happens in the second episode, like it was still. I mean, it's still well shot. Like HBO, that's one thing HBO does well. Everything, it still looks good. But it's like it comes down to the acting and the writing. And it's like if you got a bad script and then your actors are kind of just sometimes, let's be honest, your actors are hard to watch because they suck and they're not doing a good job. Even if even a really good actor still will have trouble with bad dialogue, and the dialogue was just crap. The deliveries were really terrible. It was like, it's just not believable. I'm like, you're sitting there watching it and you're just like, I don't believe one fucking thing you guys are saying. Like, you're not selling me on this concept, and it just got worse and worse. And dude, that last episode, Jesus Christ.
It looks good. If you're a fan of the game and you turn the volume off and just sit back and you're eating your food and like, oh, that looks good. You're after the meal and you're eating shit and you're not fucking listening to it.
Yeah, if you put it on mute and you just read like the closed captionings, you'd probably have a better time.
The music is basically, it's not non-existent, but it's not as good in the season as it was. They do the Future Days. I don't think he does a great job. And then we get Ellie to sing fucking Take On Me. She's fucking. I was wondering how that was gonna go down.
I always kind of find that crazy. Like whenever an actor kind of has to sing, like acting, you're supposed to have a range and everything. So I kind of naturally assume most people should be able to sing a little bit, carry a tune.
Keep a tempo.
You can't even carry a tune. That's crazy. Like I don't expect you to just knock it out of the park and be like, holy crap, you pulled off like Adele out of nowhere and you just sang through the freaking rafters. That's great. Like I don't expect that, but at least carry a rhythm, carry a tune, something. It's like, why can random karaoke people do this, but you're apparently a well-paid actress? Like what's going on? Like I totally called a while ago that Last of Us would go the way of the TV version of Westworld, where the first season is well received, but then it goes downhill. That's been a common theme in general with almost a lot of shows lately. which it used to be kind of the opposite. Usually the first season, you can tell that they're kind of finding their footing. Like we were talking about this last night, even when I was mentioning stuff like Parks and Recreation, right? The first season of that is a pretty rough. It's not great, but the second season they really find all their characters and they really embrace them, and you're like, damn,
They
man.
get
So
better as they go along.
you can see them getting into the character. They're learning the character more. They embrace that character, and they just like they're way better. And like, you know, second seasons usually used to be some of the better seasons of a lot of these things for that reason. Now it's the opposite. It's like their first season, that was the only thing that was written well. And they were like, we don't even know if we're getting a second. And then all of a sudden they get renewed and they're like, oh crap, we have like half the time. Sorry. Apparently a bunch of people are dying out here or something.
So right now where we stand in the show, we are halfway through the game, right? Halfway. It took one season to get us halfway through the game. Why am I hearing that we need 2 seasons to get through the other half of the game? Are they just trying to get fucking squeeze money from HBO and get 2 shows because they know it's fucking DOA and hopefully they get some money they can pocket in the back? You know, it's like you got 50% of the game down. It took you 7 episodes in one season. Why is it going to take you 14 episodes to get the other 50% of the game down? And in my opinion, you could have knocked one of these fucking episodes off. So or compressed. I mean, you could have compressed a couple of things. They missed a couple of things, but not fucking 14 episodes, 2 seasons worth. Make it 8 episodes in episode 3. I mean, season 3. That'll be more than enough to tell the fucking end of the story to get to where we are. But that's the problem. They don't want to get to where we are. They want to go beyond that and tell some new bullshit.
And if you're only going to make your second season 7 episodes, it's like you can even you got it through. You got through half of a game in 7 episodes, but you're going to need 2 more seasons to pull off the rest, even if it's 7 episodes each. So it's like what you got. If you're going to do 14 episodes, just do it. Just do a 14 episode season, then just knock it out. You know, if you need that much time to apparently tell Abby's side of this. I mean, if you're going to do it, obviously it's probably some reason getting funded. I mean, HBO is like, it's not doing well, you know, like it's doing all right. Like they have some good shows. They got some hit and misses or whatever, but, yeah, they've been in a lot of trouble with like even stuff like White Lotus. Like some people like it, and I've watched all of White Lotus, right? Which a lot of people like. I find the show kind of like pedantic. It's just like there's nothing really. It doesn't really lead anywhere. Nothing really pays off in it. Where I'm just like, this is kind of boring overall. But I'm like, it's an easy watch, and people are talking about it.
The finale was fucking slow as shit because I know we got to get onto the other topics before we get up out of here. So, but look, the finale was slow as shit, right? It did end on a cliffhanger. The game is split in 2 pieces, 50-50. You do Ellie's mission, and then something happens right in the middle of the game where this fucking season ends, and then he picks up next time you play, you're doing Ellie's perspective. I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't played it, but that's basically how it is. You know, Abby, the person and the antagonist we did, you learn about her backstory more, which they kind of showed us in this season. So it's going to take away a lot of the reveal of the next season. But if anybody wants it, I wouldn't watch it. Just watch it.
Sargent has a question. Riddle me this. How many movies in total are there in the Matrix franchise? I would go with 3, but honestly, I kind of mainly only like the first one. The second one and third one, like they have good moments in them, but I really only kind of like the first movie overall. Like if I go to rewatch the Matrix, I'm probably only watching the first one. There are some good moments in the other ones because obviously they get slightly better graphics and stuff or whatever, but I kind of only like the first one.
I think there's 4 of them, right? There's a 3-part trilogy.
There's that 4th one that just came out. It was like Resurrection or something like that, or Matrix Revitalize or some shit. It was that new one where everything was just bad. It was terrible. Bad. It was not. Yeah.
I only like part 1. All the other, even
I'm with you on White Lotus. Average show. Yeah, like I don't find like there's it's another one where it's like, okay, yeah, there's okay moments in it, but it's not enough to where I'm like, why am I watching an hour of this for this like 3-minute scene? It's stupid.
So one thing about Last of Us, I'll say, is it's an HBO show, right? It's shot, it looks fantastic. the actors being race swapped wasn't an issue. It was the dialogue, the writing that suffers in it, which gets me scared for any upcoming HBO show, possibly. Like that's I don't give a fuck. They race swap the
Harry
actors.
Potter.
That's not the problem. I'm sure it's gonna look fucking fantastic, but unless you're taking dialogue straight from a book, source material, and putting it like verbatim onto the screen, we might have an issue. If they do some kind of creative direction, creative changes were made. You're trying to introduce this new kids, I understand, but making Hermione, and Snape, I'm fine with that right now. If you make the dialogue basically the same as it was in the movies and just let them perform it the way they want to, and don't try to, make it.
Yeah, well, but before we move on from the Last of Us, I have this article I wanted to go over real quick because I know this one. I think this one is actually like AI'd a little bit. It's still a funny picture, but let me see here. Let me bring up this article. We got That Park Place with the Last of Us Season 2 finale ratings reveal major drop as HBO spins 55% audience decline. More than half your audience left, pretty much probably since episode 2. I'm assuming episode 2 was the major one. But The Last of Us Season 2 has officially wrapped, and while HBO is touting the series' long-term strengthening growth, the initial ratings for the finale paint a much different picture. According to data shared by HBO and reported by Deadline, the Season 2 finale drew 3.7 million cross-platform viewers in the U.S. on its first night. While that number may seem strong in isolation, it represents a 30% drop from Season 2 premiere, which brought in 5.3 million viewers. More significantly, it marks a 55% drop from Season 1 finale, which drew 8.2 million viewers across platforms when it aired in March of 2023. This is a picture from Culture Crave, who, he basically says the same thing. That's the real story. More than half the show's finale audience disappeared between seasons, despite its critical praise and mainstream coverage. HBO and Deadline, however, emphasized a different angle. In its report, Deadline leaned on HBO's internal projections, noting that the network expects significant growth after Memorial Day weekend. After, you should kind of be expecting it during, like. Most people barbecue during the day, not at night. So it's like, okay, we're done. We're eating. Let's go ahead and turn on a show. Oh, the new episode is out. Let's check that out. No, that didn't happen. HBO further claimed that Season 2 is amassing more average viewers over time than Season 1 and is already approaching nearly 37 million global viewers per episode. Once delayed and on-demand views are included. All right. What do you think about
I mean, I don't know. I think they're lying. They're liars.
I think those numbers are still even like inflated. They like those numbers are still too high. Like those gotta pump those numbers down or whatever. Like
it's a big drop off. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely. I watched it because everybody else did. I wasn't excited to watch it. I didn't give a shit about watching the finale. How many 8.2 million was the Season 1 finale? That was good as shit. The one with the fucking but this, I mean, now you got to go into the executive and say, look, I need 2 more seasons to tell the story. You get one. That's it. We've already got your green light for 1. You get 1.
This whole rest of this piece is all kind of basically just saying a lot of what we kind of talked about before reading it. I just wanted to read out those numbers just to show that, hey, there's like less than half of people watching it still. And a
significant portion of the audience that showed up for Season 1 simply didn't return for Season 2.
Yeah, that sums it up on that one. But I think we've been talking about Last of Us for a little too long. That show's so
Let's get
boring.
rid of it. What do y'all think, chat? Last of Us 2 is a bust. Don't fuck with it. What else you got on the agenda, bro?
So here we get Joseph Lanham's the memes for Season 2 gives me nightmares.
You can make fun of
The,
Bella
the
Ramsey.
memes,
I paid enough
the
money to
memes
make,
are
make
like
fun
the
of her.
only thing that really showed up, man. Like,
You know how many people make fun of me in my job, and I don't get paid half the money, fucking money she gets paid. You make fun of her. She all right.
yeah,
She an adult. She
man.
ain't a fucking
If
kid.
you work any type of construction, you're gonna get shit on way more than any of these shows
Make fun
will,
of
not
her.
way more than the internet will ever do to you. Just get
I
out
made
there,
fun of
just make one mistake, and that'll be your nickname for like the next 3 years. So have fun with that. Like,
She's making enough money.
just how it goes.
Snow White made $67 million for fucking Snow White. I'm pretty sure she can take fucking a little bit of online criticism. You know, Rachel Zegers made $6 to $7 million. Criticize that bitch.
Well, with that being said, because we're talking about criticization of like HBO and stuff, we
Yeah.
finally got the casting for the Harry Potter series. We got Ron, Hermione, and of course Harry Potter. I still don't think it's all that bad. I mean, other than if you know the books well enough and you know like the dialogue that's coming and why it's going to mean slightly different things. Like there's going to be double meaning behind some of these things, like the word mudblood. That's what Hermione is called like all the time because her parents are one's a wizard, one's a regular human. Now it's going to mean something a little bit different, things like that. I think
But
they can get away. They might be able to get away with it, but if they play into the race card on it, I don't think it's going to land.
again, I don't think it's a problem. If it suffers from the same tropes that it's made by HBO Max that The Last of Us suffers from, it's gonna race swap is gonna be the worst of the problem. They're probably good fucking actors. I think these kids nail it. I mean, Harry looks like fucking Harry. Weasley looks like fucking Weasley. She looks close enough, you know what I mean, to where it's not that I'm worried about. That's not
Yeah,
what I'm worried
I
about.
think
I
the
think
the
I think
bigger
it
the
looks
bigger
fantastic.
news that we've all heard for the last couple of months is obviously Snape. Snape is going to be possibly the problem, and he could be a great actor, like, but he still has big shoes to fill. Because I mean, Alan Rickman, like, dude, that guy. For one, he nails like every role that he was ever in general, let alone Snape. He just killed it as Snape. He was awesome, and he's a beloved actor. What is this?
It's probably going to be what they're gonna do. Make fun of the poor Snape actor because he's not like them. We should make fun of him. We should pick on him.
Yeah, I mean, when your Patronus is going to be a fucking Dodge Hellcat, like,
We should
what
pick
are
on
you
this
doing out
guy.
here?
What do you guys think? We should. If that's what they're doing it for Syfaxx, we don't need that, And what we just got from The Last of Us, the same people that are making this, we need J.K. Rowling to say, no, we're not doing that shit.
Ruffabaldi says, I would say he is what? Oh, is he the most famous person in Portugal? You're answering Nestor. Okay, I missed that part. Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, have you seen like this guy has like 300 million people or something like that follow him? Like, as much as like America kind of doesn't celebrate soccer as much or football, whatever you want to call it. America is not as much into soccer, but it is like one of the biggest sports in the world. So everywhere else, everybody loves this stuff. And so these people like Cristiano Ronaldo, yeah, they have a way bigger following than like say like LeBron or something out here. It's like that's some of our biggest stars out here. They don't even hold a candle to people like this. It's crazy. It's a whole different ball game, literally.
For now, but be ready to join the whole Medulla Shock stream in 20 minutes, folks.
Yes. If you find us too boring, go check out Hold My DualShock. They'll be starting here in about 15, 20 minutes, give or take. I mean, obviously, some streams are going to overlap, but I started doing these on Wednesdays, oddly enough, from Andy's recommendation.
From Andy. He gave us the idea to pregame for the whole Medulla Shock. Get y'all warmed up for him. Warm ourselves up. Let's fucking go. Thanks for hanging out with us, y'all. It's awesome. Let's talk some
Yes,
Lilo and
yes.
Stitch, man. What do you think?
Let's
You and Sean.
absolutely do that. I have it pulled up. Let me just go ahead and share the screen.
Who in the
Lilo and
chat seen Lilo
Stitch.
and Stitch? Anybody out there seen this?
Yes, before we get into it, has anyone actually seen the new Lilo and Stitch, the live action, or even the cartoon, like the cartoon version? Because I went
No.
and saw it, and I saw the movie before I saw the animation movie, and I enjoyed the movie. I mean, I have my review out there. The review's doing pretty good, and like so, I was kind of I was probably more leaning towards the movie doing really well, and then I went and had watched the animation at a request from the couple people in chat. And man, that animation movie is it's for one, it's shorter, and they do more with less time. Like that's one of the biggest things I noticed. Like they give Stitch way more character development in the cartoon, and I was just like that was one of the biggest things. I mean, there's people are complaining that Captain Gantu's not there. He's like the giant like shark looking dude, and it's he's not in it. And I was like, I didn't really find that to be as bad as like some of the other stuff that they did. I still like both movies. I would say the live action is still. I understand why people are liking it and everything, but I mean, after watching the cartoon, I can also now see the other side where people are like, dude, it's they change a lot of it because I even say in my review, I'm like, dude, from the beginning, it starts out like 95% shot for shot, then it drops to like 90, and by the time you're done with the movie, you're at like, well, it's the opposite of Last of Us, where it's like 55% the same, like now
This
instead of a
fucking headline
55% drop off, yeah.
is fucking awesome. I nailed this on DA's nightcap the other night, didn't I? So Lilo and Stitch dominates record-breaking Memorial Day box office. Outgrosses Snow White's entire run in 4 days. I ran the number. Remember, I was like, dude, if I'm right, this doubles what Snow White did in 4 fucking days. It doubled it.
Well,
That's awesome.
it doesn't quite double. Well, no. What was Snow White's
Yeah.
entire run? Like
I think
100?
it was almost 200. It was like 180, I think. It was almost 200.
Okay, yeah, they basically made the same amount in 4 days, like, or they made a little bit over than its whole entire run, and then they even re-released Snow White, so they gave it a
Even with the
second shot.
re-release. Yep.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. They should never, for one, they
Fucking
should never do
awesome.
that. Like, how do you not learn from watching something like Morbius, all the jokes on Morbius? It's like, go ahead, bring it back. Yeah, we love it. Morbin time. And that's like it comes out and makes like 50,000 or some shit. It's like, what are you guys doing? What are you doing? You just
I've only
losing
heard
even more money.
I've only heard good things about this. I haven't seen it. Syfaxx has. I've only heard good things about this movie. That it's only about an hour and a half. It's pretty well sticks to the story, except for one big thing. The ending kind of changes, and I don't want to spoil it. If you guys have seen DA's, video, you might know, but if
Or
not,
Kata has a really good video. Go check out Kata's video. Shout out to
check out
Kata.
Kata's video. If you, I don't, we don't want to spoil too much on this channel, but it's a different ending. But besides that, it's pretty well sticks to the story that I heard the original cartoon.
It's pretty close to like 1-to-1. Like I said, it's almost 1-to-1 for a lot of it, but I mean, it does start falling off the more you watch it, and the changes are they just seem unnecessary. It's like you guys started off really strong, and then it just slowly kind of devolves. But I mean, like I said, when I first watched it, I did not know that. Like I watched the animation like 2 days later, and like I had a whole different video recorded and everything, and then I watched that one, and I was like, I got to change my video because I'm gonna sound very ignorant to this show or this movie. And so, I mean, I didn't watch the show, I just watched the movie. So it's just that. But other people have watched the show, the Lilo and Stitch actual animation show. And I've noticed people throw a lot of comparisons from that into the movie. And I'm like, I don't know if that one is quite as fair, but it's like if you've just seen those two movies, you can definitely see there's lots of changes and stuff.
So one thing I have a question is the grown-up version girl driving right there, is that the actress that played her in the cartoon?
No. In the
Okay.
cartoon, so there's a social worker. Like so, in the cartoon, like the social worker and the like CIA agent are all one character. In this, they split those characters, and the social worker who originally is in the beginning of the movie is the actual voice actress for her back in the day. So
Okay.
they bring her in for that.
I figured she'd be cameo, and I just assumed that was her right there, that girl, that the older version of her, because if she grew up, they'd be like, that'd be a perfect. If she was looked apart, it'd be perfect for her to be the older version of her, or her sister, or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
man.
she's a little too. She'd be a little too old to play like a 19-year-old. But I mean, she still looks good for whatever her age is. But yeah, like I'm sure her voice could still work, but
She
physically, yeah,
looks
you don't look 19, 20-ish, because
she
the
looks 40
90s
now.
is supposed to be like, yeah, she's probably like in her like early 40s, or I mean, if maybe even in her 50s, because she's Asian and
I'm
sometimes you can
19.
tell. Yeah, it's just like, what's up, fellow 19-year-olds with all your white hair and shit.
21 Jump Street.
Yeah, very very 21 Jump Street-ish. But let's go ahead. Let me boost this up.
Boost it, baby.
Let's go there. Can you read that? Damn, man, they got this big
I
ass
can.
banner.
Both Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning contributed the biggest Memorial Day weekend in box office history. Movie theaters across the country surged with foot traffic as Disney's Lilo and Stitch and Paramount's Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning powered an explosive $322 million box office total across all titles, a new high for the holiday frame. This is good for Hollywood, man. I mean, not Hollywood, for fucking theaters. Theaters have needed an injection of cash. I'm sure with all that money has come some kind of popcorn. Look, families turned out in force for Lilo and Stitch, Disney's live-action remake of the 2002 animated classic. The film earned a massive $145 million over the weekend. It's projected to close out the 4-day stretch with $183 million. That total not only blew past industry expectations, but it broke the Memorial Day open record previously held by
Top Gun Maverick. Dude, I saw Top Gun Maverick like 4 times,
Four
and
fucking
two of
times.
them were two of them were just like
I saw it
like
too.
completely random. Like I saw it twice on purpose, and then the other 2 times, one time I saw with like a girl that I took on a date, and then the other one was I went up north to visit my family in Yosemite, and they have this movie screen that's out in like the forest. So they literally lower it down from the trees, and there's a big lake in the background. So I'm sitting there like up in the mountains, and like you have this badass panoramic view around it. And they just happened to be playing Top Gun Maverick that weekend. And I was just like, hell yeah, let's go watch this. Like, this is the most American way to watch this movie. It was fucking awesome, man. You get to see all the stars and everything out. You're way up in the mountains. It was badass, dude. I have a couple pictures of it, but they're on my phone. One of these times I should upload them to my computer. That way I can actually show some of this stuff off. But let me go ahead and keep going on this one.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Damn, go for it.
Let me zoom in because I zoomed out looking at the chat. My bad. Sorry. It now stands as the second highest 4-day holiday debut in history, just behind Marvel's Black Panther. Really? 242 million over President's Day weekend in 2018. Holy shit! I didn't know that. It made it. Yeah, it made a fucking. I remember how much money that made because I took off I think Thursday to go see that shit. Black Panther.
Well, Black Panther dropped in Black History Month, and like they had the whole thing that it just culminated into that.
Everybody's taking off work.
Plus, it's not that bad of a movie. Like it's still a good movie. I don't think it's as good as how much it blew up, but it
was good.
It
was different. It was different what the Marvel Cinematic Universe had given us at that time, and it was something that we needed different. And it was I remember I took off for that. My brother took off for that. I remember everybody was taking off work for that shit. Meanwhile, Tom Cruise's latest outing as Ethan Hunt also provided formidable Mission Impossible 2, the Final Reckoning 2, not the Final Reckoning. Mission Impossible Final Reckoning Part 2. We're not calling it the Final Reckoning. Let's try. Drew older audiences droves, earned a franchise best $63 million across the standard weekend and $77 million through Monday. It narrowly outpaced Mission Impossible Fallout's previous record, $61 million, to become the top domestic opening in the series' 29-year run. Not bad, man. record opening in the 8th iteration is remarkable, said Paramount distribution chief. Spectacle of time and McHugh put on screen as one of a kind in today's marketplace. That's fucking good, bro. Go. You want me to read it? Go up a little more. I can't read the whole thing. Go a little more. Because this is about sinners. Go just a hair more. I can read the beginning of it. You're muted. I can't hear you say. I can't hear you talking. That 1-2 punch combined with strongholds from recent titles like Final Destination Bloodlines, Thunderbolts, and Sinners pushes Memorial Day weekend to new heights, eclipsing the 2013 record of $314 million that had been set by the trio of Fast and Furious 6, Hangover Part 3, and Star Trek Into the Darkness. Hangover 3 and Fast and Furious 6. I went and saw Hangover 3. I didn't see fucking Star Trek Into the Darkness.
Yeah, Into the Darkness was one of the worst ones on there. Let's see here. The strong turnout marks a dramatic turnaround from the last year's lackluster holiday frame, which struggled to clear $132 million in total. The week opening of Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, and Garfield. Yeah, if you do a Mad Max movie without Mad Max, you might not have the same amount of people, but and Garfield left theaters empty and momentum stalled, something this year's slate has already corrected. Every film of the release calendar for the rest of the summer is going to benefit from the momentum created over this monumental record-breaking Memorial weekend in theaters, said ComScore's analyst Paul Degarabiadian. Okay. Very interesting last name. Internationally, Lilo and Stitch exploded with another $158.7 million, bringing its global box office to an astounding $341.7 million after just one weekend. That is pretty damn good. With a reported production budget of $100 million and additional $100 million spent on marketing, the film is already well on its way to profitability and potentially joining the exclusive $1 billion club. That's where I'm kind of at odds, because the amount of random, like the kind of backlash that's going on because of how different it is. I'm wondering if it breaks $1 billion. I'm actually kind of on the fence with that. This weekend will tell me like where it's going to land for sure. Because like if this weekend still holds and it makes like another like maybe 250 or so. I mean, we'll see, but
700 max 725.
You think so? Because I'm wondering if it's going to go the same way that like Doctor Strange did. Because Doctor Strange opened with like 450 million, for the whole weekend, and then it still didn't break $1 billion. I mean, it made like 950 something, but still didn't hit $1 billion. It was still really high up there.
And people were anticipating it. And again, it's gonna have to do that, and after 2 weeks it'll drop off. It's nobody's. I don't hear many people anticipate going to the movie this weekend, and they're waiting for Superman and Fantastic Four and Jurassic Park. So
yeah, that's the other thing.
Double it, and it's 350 something like that. So 700.
Maybe I don't know. I have a feeling it'll still push. I mean, it depends on what it does internationally. I think most of like America is probably relatively done after a week, like after a weekend or two, like 2 weekends in a row. America kind of just falls off. They're like, yeah, I've already seen it once. I don't need to see it again. And then the way that especially like Disney does stuff, it's like we're gonna have this on Disney Plus in like a month. So who cares? Like. There's a lot of people out there like that.
They're gonna have stuff on Disney Plus. It's funny you say that. Have you seen what's coming out on Disney Plus? The Marvel just dropped on Disney Plus today.
Oh God, was it an Ironheart trailer?
You wish you were that you're that lucky to get an Ironheart trailer. Let me get a Marvel Entertainment real quick, because where are you, sons of bitches? Right there it is. Hold up. You're gonna love this. I mean,
went ahead and took down the article. I mean, that article's just it's just going over numbers, and I mean, it basically said what it needed to say about halfway through. Those guys do long articles. I know they got to make their money and have all those ads going, but man, sometimes those articles just go on and on.
You see this, champs? You see this, chat? Guess what's coming out today on Disney Plus? You'll never guess.
America: Brave New World is now streaming on Disney Plus. Go.
Oh my God. Go out.
Man, they're gonna get
get you a
like dozens.
membership.
They're gonna get like dozens and dozens of views, man.
Can you believe this? Everything we've been waiting for right now, champs, is available. You can get the cheap version for $9.99. Go out right now and grab your Disney Plus membership and get you that Captain America. I mean,
Hulk
they got
out
Red fucking
on
Hulk in it.
Disney Plus.
You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
got
Red Hulk's there for
some.
like he's there for the good like 3, maybe 4 minutes, dude. I mean, it's awesome. Good stuff. For how much he's in the you've seen more of him in the trailers you've watched than you will when you watch the fucking movie. Like just the amount of trailers you've seen or people playing the trailers, you've watched that more.
Sun's real low, big guy. All right,
Yeah.
just calm down. Calm down. Sun's getting real low.
What the hell, Syfaxx? I'm not getting your live stream notifications.
Go to the channel. Make sure you click the bell. Go to the channel if you want. If you're getting notifications and you don't want them, go view his channel. Go to the notifications tab where you click the bell and turn either notifications on or off. If you're getting too many, turn them off. That way you don't have to unsubscribe from my boy. If you're not getting enough, turn them on. And every time he goes live, you'll get a little email notification letting you know that we are live. So check that out. Don't forget to go to the Dooley stream too. They're about to be streaming here in about
Gotta get over
now.
to Katie and Andy now. Peace out, guys. Be sure to check out my stream in an hour and 30 minutes for Thor. All right. See you later, Surgeon Garatina. Thanks for stopping by. And we got Negro Snakes with Negro Snape, aka the half lean prince. All right, man. This guy's going for it when he makes his names, dude.
The half lean prince.
What the hell, Syfaxx? I'm not getting your live stream notifications. Yes, Rockefeller just walked through. Even sometimes if you do have the bell on or off, like I get notifications for stuff that I don't have a bell on, and vice versa. Like YouTube still doesn't have that shit worked out. It's kind of annoying, but I mean, every Wednesday from now on, like I'm basically going to be doing a stream either at 2:30 or 3 o'clock. We tested a little earlier just because that gives like an hour of space in between like the Dooley show. And I know a lot of people, like we share a lot of the same audience. Some people want to watch them. Some people are down to come over here. Either way, I mean, whatever. Like watch them both. Watch either one on replay. It's all good. I appreciate people that are here.
Our outro with their intro, and we could combine forces and become Voltron. Ugh.
Yeah, we'll be the Voltron of Wednesday streaming. I mean, there's a lot of people that do Wednesday streams. I mean, it's the middle of the week, and like I said at the beginning of the stream, it's kind of actually like the refresher for the week because Thursday is like the new round of movies that drops. So like you're gonna get a whole new round of news. It's gonna be a different. It's kind of like Wednesdays is kind of like the end of the week in a way, in a certain regard. Like if you're watching this kind of stuff, yeah, Thursday's the beginning of the new set of movies and stuff, and then you get into the weekend. It's kind of like the refresher. Plus, it's an easier day to recap. It's very rare that you find like really big news on Thursdays and Fridays, unless like a movie just all of a sudden just comes out and destroys in the box offices and people are going to be talking about it. Like I know I'm going to see that horror movie Bring Her Back tomorrow. I'm expecting to do well. Horror movies usually do pretty well, but they never it's probably not going to do as big as like Final Destination just because like they're just not as known yet. But I mean, it could be the set, or it could be the start of something pretty crazy for those guys. So
yeah, as long as it's good, to get a buzz going, that's all we need.
Nah, sorry, Doolies. I prefer my white streamers American. Oh yeah, that's right. Like Andy's South African, and Katie might be a little pigment, a little bit of different pigment. No, they're great. Those guys do such a great job. They have like awesome videos, and they were awesome to hang out with in Vegas. So and oddly enough, the funniest part about it is Andy told us this idea to do it on Wednesdays, and it's like we're going to be clashing with your show, but it's like, but I mean, they just kind of started theirs, so whatever. Yeah,
we're gonna be warming it up for them. We're gonna be getting nice and warm, lubing it up,
getting the chat nice and ready for you. There you go. And then you guys can just slide on over to the dueling.
That's right. Slide right up in there like swimwear. Make it easy.
There you go. Let's see here. What other things did I have? Let's see here. We talked about Harry Potter, Lilo and Stitch, and The Last of Us. Well, those are kind of my three main topics.
Really good, bro. Nice hour. I mean, try to keep us on the hours timeline like Ryan Kindle because I run a
Read
tight
my
ship.
Thunderbolts question. Where's the Thunderbolts question?
Hey guys,
Hey
any
guys.
truth to the rumors? Thunderbolts gets removed from cinemas after tomorrow. Absolutely, it's had a fucking good run.
Yeah, Thunderbolts would probably. I could see that being removed. I mean, you know what? Let me check my app real quick.
How long? That's been for.
You said after tomorrow, so let me check for Friday and let me see.
Absolutely. Because remember,
Well,
you
got
got
Mission Impossible. You got Lilo and Stitch. Those two are like the big things of the last week, and then now you're gonna have like that horror movie I'm talking about.
They might want to do an Ironheart's theatrical release. They're gonna have to get rid of it so they can have some theaters to put Ironheart.
Oh God, dude, that would be the dumbest thing.
17 theaters and 17 fucking showings in each theater.
Not 30-day cinema run is bad even for a mid film. Yeah, 30 days. 30 days. Yeah.
Well, now it's shorter because of streaming services. It's always been shorter now because that's just what it is, but if you
there's also there's bigger movies coming out. I mean, like even I sadly say I could even see like Mission Impossible getting knocked off in just a few weeks because of How to Train Your Dragon. You're gonna have Stitch and like How to Train Your Dragon out in just like a couple weeks. Those are gonna be massive movies, and like the kids movies are just they're killing it right now, and theaters want to make money.
If it brings in cash, I'd keep it in there. And Avengers isn't, and these Marvel movies, these big blockbusters, especially through Marvel, cost a lot of money to have in the theaters. So if you can get rid of them and they're not bringing in cash, they'll probably still keep two half-lean prints. Maybe like because like right now, if you walk in, probably like 4, 6 fucking theaters showing it, 2 in 2D, 2 in 3D. You know what I mean? Some shit like that. They'll probably be like at least one theater still showing it to where you can be like, no, you can come. Yeah, we got it. It's just in the shitty.
So your Negarus says, I saw Karate Kid already. It's pretty forgettable, but the lead actor is pretty good. So
that's forgettable. That's not good. That's not good to hear.
Yeah, like I think it's trying to run off of I don't know, possibly being one of Jackie Chan's last movies because I mean that guy's getting up there and he's put his body through like all sorts of massive damage. Like I get you ever watch like the old Jackie Chan movies and at the end it's like the credits is just like him like just messing up. It's not him messing up stunts. It's just something goes wrong and he's just in the cast.
Yeah, I know about some of the best part of the movies, but he's apparently worth a shitload of cash. So it's like,
dude, he owns so much stuff out there in China or whatever. Like, yeah, that guy's he's going to be just fine.
Runtime was 90 minutes, perfect. I see a lot more film doing that now, about an hour and a half. I see a lot of films now doing an hour and a half, no more than 2 hours, and I'm fine with that. You should be able to get a good story. A cartoon, you can press an hour and a half.
Hour and 45 minutes tops type of deal for most stuff. Like, unless it's something massive, like an Avengers style movie or whatever, where you need that much time to really flush everything
17
out.
Characters.
Like usually by like an hour into a movie, like you kind of already know what's all going to happen. You kind of know what the ending is going to do. Yeah. Jackie Chan is 71. God damn. I feel like I was just watching him back in the day.
He looks good for 71. So
we got Sean Patrick Steinberg. By that, I mean, what's up, Sean?
Hey, what's up?
The felon attorney. You guys normally know him as John Cuckask.
How's it going, guys?
I think you're in the
good,
DMV.
Man. You at the DMV?
I think he's in the DMV, so he might be a little quiet.
Yeah, I'm at the DMV right now.
Oh man,
you didn't have to
say anything racist. Not like
oh, why? I'm just it's Oregon. Everyone here is white.
So we should definitely say racist stuff.
Well, except my brother, he's here, so other than him,
but he laughs at all that. He was great. He was awesome on stream.
Oh, there's another brother. Never mind. You got another
brother from another mother?
Integrity 101 says, "What's up, dudes? Not too much, man. Just chilling, talking. We're gonna be chatting for a little bit, and then be probably wrapping it up in a little while. There's other streams going on, like Hold My DualShock and everything. We'll just now that Sean's here, we'll get a couple of his takes on some stuff and see what he has to say." With that being said, Sean, like, how do you feel about the Harry Potter casting?
Oh,
Does that matter to you?
it matters to me that it's not very diverse. I would like to see at least one of the cast members black, another one Latino, and then the other one black, because that's, we want to balance, right? Diversity is our strength. No, but seriously, I was never into Harry Potter. I read the first book when I was in Europe. I got one of those copies that looked like a regular book,
Yep.
and that so you could hide the fact you're reading Harry Potter. I guess they never had those here, but anyway, yeah, I read the first book, was not impressed, and yeah, then I saw the movie when I came back to the States a year later.
Yeah, the first couple of movies are very more like little kid movies for sure.
Yeah.
And for me at the time, I was a little kid and I was reading those books, so it worked for me. Like, so I grew up watching those. I grew up with those characters and stuff. So I probably had a much different experience, but like the
What's your favorite
casting,
Harry Potter
I
movie?
mean, my favorite one is Prisoner of Azkaban, the third one.
Sean, what's your favorite Harry Potter movie, bro?
I like the fifth one actually. I saw it on a plane. It was the last one I saw. I saw it on a plane. I thought it was okay. I forgot
Yeah,
what
the
it was
Order,
called.
Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah,
No,
that one.
was that
Yeah.
okay? I thought it was number 4. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was the one I
mine
liked.
was Negress. Mine was Half Blood Prince, bro. I love Half Blood Prince when we start doing the more potions and getting into it, and Harry starts like actually understanding the wizardry and starts becoming confident in himself and learning. And then he gets the fucking book. And when he gets the book, he starts getting overconfident and getting a little cocky. And when he tried to cast a spell on Snape, is fucking awesome, bro.
Well, yeah, I mean, everyone kind of you could read even in the first book when I read it, you got the idea that Snape was going to be a good guy in the end. I was not surprised.
Bootzilla, man. I'd say, look, the first one, it's the first one. They're kids in like elementary school. If you saw that, do like chess pieces, they get better. The CGI, the kids get older. If you want to start somewhere, I'd start with like Order of the Phoenix, or Prisoner of Azkaban is really good too. You
I
start
mean,
with
dude,
Order of the
I'd say
Phoenix.
if you're gonna watch them, just literally watch them 1 through 8.
Yeah, just
Like
watch
just watch them in order, and like sure, the first couple are gonna be a little more childish, but you get
Older
get
looking.
more growth with the characters. Like you get to see how they become who they become. And I mean, they're still not a bad watch. They're still good music. It still looks pretty damn good for its time. I mean, I think they're all relatively worth watching for the most part.
It starts picking up probably in Order of the Phoenix. So like the filming looks a lot better. The CGI has gotten like to the point to where it looks like when they do all the magic, they've gotten it down now, and it doesn't look like the first couple of films look kind of shitty, the CGI and stuff, but it gives you the story.
Yeah, well,
It
they
looks a
all of a
lot
sudden
better towards
they
Order of
get
the
better
Phoenix.
budgets, they get bigger budgets and all that stuff. So and plus technology, it is advancing really at that same time. So it's like it starts to look better, feels a little more real, and it's almost like you can almost experience it from like the kid's imagination, where it's like, oh, this is this looks about as real as I am old. And then as they get older, it just looks better because they're like, okay, everything's more realistic now, and it is because you're getting older. So it kind of goes with that same path, and I've always liked that.
Thanks, Integrity 101.
Shout out Integrity. Hear that, Syfaxx? Like the channel, man. We try.
Oh,
We try to
Integrity
get some
101. Hey,
content
man, thanks.
that we'd like to listen to. We try to put out the content we would enjoy.
Yeah, I'm
So-
like, hey, could I mean, other than having to listen to myself, it's like, would I want to listen to this? At least like these are the conversation I want to be having, and these are the people I want to be having these conversations with. So yes, we try to throw that out there. So thank you very much, Integrity 101. Appreciate that, man. That's awesome comment, brother.
Dagris doesn't want to be Cyblacks. I think my brother might want to be Cyblacks. Is that cool?
Dude, yeah, it's just make him a channel
Sure.
called Syfaxx, and he just comes on there, says all the same things I do, but he gets to throw the N word at the end of all of my sentences.
The jive version. Say it in jive. Apparently that's derogatory. You can't say jive. Excuse me, stewardess. I speak jive.
Oh, I wrote down the chat last night. It was like that DMX song, what B words want with an N word. And it sounded so funny in the chat, just the way I wrote it. It was just kind of funny.
All right, I got a pretty funny news clip. It is a little long, but does anybody want to watch
News?
it?
Yeah.
Like
News clip?
it's
What's
it's
funny
a
about
little
the news?
long. Let's find out. Let's go ahead and check in with the news. It's a little long of a clip, but I think it's worth playing. Let's go ahead and check this
Okay.
out. Let's see what is new with the news.
Breaking news, everything is bad. It's just as terrible as you imagined and probably worse. With more, we go to Tom Lee Cruz. Tom Lee.
We're all in danger, Dan Lee.
Jesus Christ, what can we do?
Absolutely nothing.
It was good knowing you, Tom Lee.
I can't say the same.
That was unnecessary. We're just now getting in reports that all the children have exploded. They will be missed. Let's check in with Olivia Lee Rodrigo. Olivia Lee, where are you?
That's none of your business. You hear that? Cut the music. Do you hear that?
What do you hear?
That's the sound of us slowly dying. Can you hear it?
I can hear it. It's louder in my left ear.
Olivia Lee Rodrigo reporting
I
from
actually
where
have some
I
more
am.
questions for you. Okay, we're going to go to Kevin Lee Costner, who has more with politics.
No, I don't.
Let's send it over to our senior correspondent, Nick Lee Minaj.
Look at this chart. Let's bring it up.
What am I looking at here?
I don't know, but it doesn't look good.
That looks bad.
Yeah, it's probably bad.
Let's go to our eye in the sky, Timothy Chalamet. Timothy.
Man, I am so high up right now.
You are in a helicopter.
I didn't know that when I got in. I thought it was a weird car.
What do you see up there?
Everything, it's too much. We were never supposed to see this. I need to go back down.
You stay right there. We're going to go to commercial.
Have you recently lost a child because they exploded? Because that's crazy. How are we all not talking about this? I feel like that really got glossed over real quick. That's a huge thing. Call Tedley. 555 call Tedley. I want to talk about this. Call Tedley now.
And we're back. Let's check in with Morgan Lee Freeman with sports. Morgan Lee.
I just want to take this sports time to say that whatever you hear about me in the next 24 hours is completely false. People are going to say things and have documents and recordings to back up what they say, and it's just not real. You should believe me and not their solid evidence. Knicks take it by 2.
This is when champions are born. We're going now to Frankly Sinatra with the weather, Frankly.
It's everywhere.
We won't be hearing from him anymore. Coming up, a cat learns how to water ski and then drowns.
Every time it doesn't matter how many times I watch that. That shit's too funny. It's just let's check in with the weather. It's everywhere. Like we're never gonna hear from that guy again.
I thought it was the one who's like, "Oh my god, if whatever you hear about me in the next 24 hours is false." I'm like, "Oh, you work for the Biden administration?"
Oh my god. Finally I got to play that clip. I've been wanting to play it for a while, but
Like it. Like it, bro. Like it.
So I got a movie video. I don't know if you guys are interested in hearing about this. My video movie. I got a 4K version of Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow. Have you ever seen that movie?
okay, yeah.
Yeah, they just released it. No, they just released a 4K upscale of it. It's it's new. It's supposed to all this new stuff in it. I have not watched it yet, but I just thought like I should really broadcast. I should do a live stream of this movie because it's a movie that a lot of people don't know about. It's a movie I think I saw with my ex-girlfriend back when I lived in San Francisco, like in 2003 or 2004. It was a long time ago, and yeah, it was a good movie. I just kind of that's what I anyway just brought up because I got the movie, but I was just live streaming it. I don't know how to do that, so I guess I'll figure it out. But
yeah, I always get that one confused with like what is that one called? Like Iron Sky, where it's like the Nazis are on the moon or something. Like
oh yeah, like yeah, they always got to do some sort of silly thing like with
yeah,
they have, Sarah Palin is in it. Like really date that movie. Really dated a lot.
Yeah,
but no, it was a good movie at the time.
Hey, you guys just hold it down for a minute. We'll probably only go for about like 10 more minutes. We'll make it like a solid hour and a half, and then
I thought we were gonna make it an hour. I need by now.
Yeah, well, we'll go 12 more minutes just to make it just to round it out. I like kind of more even style stuff. So
that's because
I'll be right back.
That's because you're autistic.
He doesn't run a tight ship like me. We are supposed to be done about 15 minutes ago, but he drug it out, and then John jumped out.
Hey,
intro and this into the dually stream. Now we're running over. See, not a good ship, not a good look. I'm trying to manage.
Why? What? You got a hot date or something?
No, I'm on a different time schedule than y'all, man. I'm 3 hours ahead of y'all.
Oh, you're 3 hours ahead of me. Hey, I'm in a different time schedule. There are people on the chat right now that are in foreign countries. They're not even in the United States.
I didn't ask about that, did I, though?
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I'm right now. Is it sunny out there in North Carolina right now?
It's actually dark.
See, it's sunny here in Oregon. I could go outside. Hold on. Let me get a shot from outside. Hold on. Do.
Welcome.
All right.
Welcoming game more. You need music and scenes to guide you in.
What do you think?
Homie. He says, "What's good,
What am I
people?"
thinking?
That's all I got after. Yeah, that's all.
Can you see anything?
Did we break?
Can I what?
Did we
Did you
break your spirit?
Yeah, I can see
Yes,
you in the damn. I can see you in the DMV.
it's
I
bright
can
out
see
there.
I can
I
hear
mean,
the
it's
fucking,
bright out here too in California, man. But yeah.
Yesterday made me a little bit sad.
Yes, I'm 3 hours behind.
Listening to Syfaxx is like hanging out with an old buddy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sean, you should totally go for it.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
I'm putting Syfaxx on right now. Sure.
Purple Snag is like, no.
You want to talk to the guys?
Are you streaming?
Might have lost
Yeah.
a couple of people from the news string.
I'm putting on Sherman. Oh, wrong one.
Well, you mean Syfaxx? No.
So I heard about you guys' new nicknames.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was supposed to be my nickname. Like I need to learn how to like black out my camera, and so I can do blackface properly, and that'll go over really well. Like it's just a winning strategy for online content. Definitely do blackface immediately. That's just
Go for it.
right.
Go for it. You guys have nothing else better to do than talk on a streamline all day about blackface, right?
Yeah. I can, I'll bring up like a lot of blaxploitation movies and
My goodness.
For Negra Snape, aka the Halfling Prince.
I know it.
For me, yeah.
Oh, we got 55.
Oh my God.
5 minutes.
Didn't people learn that Negris is actually a white dude? Like, which makes it 100% funnier.
Hilarious. Number. You got 55 to 65 minutes.
Hilarious.
Damn, man, that's how long your guys' DMV lines are. That's crazy. Like,
yeah, we are been. This is our second trip back to DMV.
What are you guys having to go in for?
Real IDs.
Oh, why not just get your passport? Just get a passport.
I
have one. I have a passport.
No, I don't.
Oh,
well, Sean doesn't have.
Mine. The feds took mine.
You can apply the
State Department destroyed it.
Ah,
that's a true story.
Yeah, Sean. So your buddy.
You got to get your Oregon driver's license.
Right, I have to get my Oregon driver's license too.
Yeah, you got
the Trace's face was priceless.
You got to take that.
I'm done here.
You got to take that test. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, guys.
Well, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end it, even though it's we're about 8 minutes out. I got a 3-minute outro song, and thanks everybody for showing up. But Rockefeller, go ahead and shout out whatever you got going on next, man. Like I know what's coming up, but you go ahead and say it.
Man, I just do bonfires and coffee, 8:30 a.m. If anybody wants to join me, play video games. But thanks for hanging out with everybody. I greatly appreciate it. We had a good old time,
and then check out YouTube and Chill on Fridays.
Sorry.
Yeah, check out YouTube and Chill on Fridays as well at Rockefeller Plaza. That's usually 3 o'clock PST, 6 o'clock Eastern time on Fridays. So a couple days from now.
Rockefeller, I hope it's a pretty nice weather out there. Is it nice down in LA right now?
Yeah, it's not too hot. It's not too bad. It's nice. It's nice looking out. I'll probably go for a drive or something.
It is a beautiful day. All right, guys.
All right, Sean, you got anything coming up?
I'm gonna try to get that live stream going. I really gotta start streaming my own stuff here eventually because I got some legal stuff and takes that I want to do. And I just been busy just doing minutia. I'm trying to kick out a tenant. I think I told you that. This tenant didn't want to go away. He's the laziest, dirtiest guy in the world. I mean, it's constant disgust. It's just filthiness everywhere. I mean, the guy can't hit a toilet if it was, 10 feet long. This guy is terrible.
Well, when Sean's done kicking me out of my residence, I'll stream somewhere else. But
Ah, man, I would kick you out just because of I couldn't imagine that little precious kitty going anywhere.
Well, she has a nice big warehouse to run around in, but yeah.
That's fun. All right.
Nestor Pinios asks, Sean, did you really go to prison?
Federal prison, yeah.
Yeah. He's literally the felony attorney for a reason.
Yeah. I actually went to federal prison here in Oregon, actually, at Sheridan Prison Camp. They would call that a white collar
He's still in
camp.
Oregon. He's not allowed to leave. No.
No, but Sherman wanted to join me. He just wanted to come to prison with me, but he couldn't. So he came up to Oregon instead.
Yeah. That's close enough. I mean, he's the black guy in Oregon. That might feel like prison.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's actually a superstar up here. Actually, it's kind of embarrassing, right? Sure. Yeah, he's a superstar.
It is what it is.
Hey, everybody has their calling. Yours is being like one of the 3 black guys in Oregon.
I'll tell you the same. Anyways, I'll you have a good time, man. I'll see you in a couple days, probably, dude. I'll see you tomorrow.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we'll be on the nightcap, and then it'll be after I see that movie. So hopefully I'll have some good news to report on that movie.
What, the Karate Kid movie?
No, I'm gonna see Bring Her Back. It's a horror movie. I'm like a big horror movie fan. So
you ever seen Teeth?
Yeah.
You ever see Orca?
That one I don't think I've seen.
That was it's about a killer. It's like a Jaws ripoff, but with the killer whale. I saw it when I was a little kid because I was interested in whales at the time.
I could have sworn that was just called Free Willy. Like,
oh, that's another movie. No, Orca is from the 70s, but I recommend that as a horror film because you get to see basically a orca abortion.
Brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. All right. With orca abortion on your minds, we're gonna go ahead and end this. I'll catch you guys all later, man. Peace out.
Whiskey leader, wandering soul to heaven's watering hole. I'll drink to forget a memory, but hell's got one more trick for me. I walked up, said, what's your favorite sin? She could have killed me with that smile. Said it's lost with the touch of rain. But I'm a glutton for love, so let's just dance. Next thing I know, we were burning up that dance floor. I didn't know what I was in for. Well, I might be an open sinner, but I know I'm no false saint. That wicked little angel's got me praying for some faith. $151 and a touch of fun got her going wild. Sin on my lips after just a sip, it's just her.